Hey. The topic I am going to discuss is construction and labeling of histogram. Histogram. A histogram is a type of graph that represents the distribution of a set of continuous data by dividing the data into a set of intervals and showing the frequency of data within each interval as bars. Steps in constructing a histogram. 1. Determine the data. The first step in creating a histogram is to determine the data you want to represent. The data should be continuous, such as age, height, weight, or test scores. 2. Determine the intervals. The next step is to determine the intervals or bins in which you want to divide the data. The intervals should be chosen so that there are enough to give a clear picture of the distribution of the data. 3. Group the data into intervals. Once the intervals have been determined, the data should be grouped into the appropriate intervals. This can be done by counting the number of data points in each interval. 4. Draw the x and y-axis. Draw a horizontal x-axis and a vertical y-axis on a graph paper. Label the x-axis with the intervals and the y-axis with the frequency of data points in each interval. 5. Draw the bars. Draw a bar for each interval, with the height of each bar proportional to the number of data points in that interval. 6. Label the bars. Label each bar with the number of data points in that interval. Example. A hospital wants to visualize the distribution of the heart rates of its patients. The following are the heart rate measurements, in beats per minute, of 18 patients. For this data set, we can create intervals with widths of 10 units, resulting in intervals of 70 to 79, 80 to 89, 90 to 99, and 100 to 109. In total of 18 data points. 4 data points in the first interval, 70 to 79. 5 data points in the second interval, 80 to 89. 5 data points in the third interval, 90 to 99. 4 data points in the fourth interval, 100 to 109. Advantages of histogram. Clarity. Histograms provide a clear visual representation of the distribution of continuous data, making it easier to understand and interpret the data. They provide information about the shape of the distribution, the range of the data, and any skewness or outliers in the data. Large data sets. Histograms are an effective tool for representing large data sets because they provide a visual summary of the data. This can be particularly useful when working with data that is difficult to interpret in its raw form. Shape and distribution of data. Histograms are particularly useful for showing the shape and distribution of the data, including any skewness or outliers. This information can be useful in identifying trends, patterns, or anomalies in the data. Quick assessment. Histograms allow for a quick assessment of the most common values, or modes, and the overall spread of the data, making it easier to understand the data at a glance. Disadvantages of histogram. Interval choice. The choice of intervals can be subjective and can impact the results of the histogram. If the intervals are not chosen appropriately, the histogram can be misleading. Small data sets. Histograms may not be the best choice for small data sets as they may not provide enough information to accurately represent the data. Outliers. If the data contains many outliers, histograms may not be the best choice, as these outliers can impact the results and make it difficult to understand the distribution of the data. Limited information. While histograms provide information about the distribution of the data, they do not provide information about the individual data points, making it difficult to identify specific data points or trends. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give us a like. Subscribe for more videos and also share with all your pharma mates. Thank you.